There is a new powerful vision language model. This is Moondream 3. This is a 9 billion mixture of experts model with just 2 billion active parameters. They claim it is built for frontier level visual reasoning with blazing speed and efficiency. This model has been released on Hugging Face as well. So this is the preview model. The license it says as other. Okay, let's maybe later go into what is this other license. So you have to apply for access over here. Once you apply, you get access to the model and you can make use of the model. So that means that if you are making use of this model, you would require a Hugging Face access token. Okay. Now, what can you do with this particular model? They have this wonderful demo over here in their playground. So we can try out Moondream 3 in their playground. What I've done is that I've uploaded a picture over here. Okay, so this is my picture, and I've asked like it gives me suggestions, and I'm asked like what type of bird is perched on the wire. It says that the image shows a bird perched on a wire. The bird appears to be a type of sparrow or finch with a brownish gray coloration. It is perched on a wire near a window of building. The bird appears to be a sparrow or similar type of small passerine bird. Actually, this bird is the red whiskered bulbul. It is a passerine bird. Even though it's not able to exactly tell which species it is, but it is able to do this, right? So I can generate a caption for this particular image. So if I say caption and I run it, let's see what it does. This model is really fast, right? You can see the result already. It says a small bird, brown bird is perched on a black power line that runs horizontally across the image. The bird is facing to the right. Below the bird, a grey concrete building with several windows is visible. The windows have white frames, appear to be closed. A small blue sign with some text is present. So it's actually done a very good job over here. You can also do object detection. Let's do object detection. So it says, yeah, bird building power line. So let's select bird. So here, if you see, it is done the object detection and it gives you the bounding boxes also. Okay. So these are the various things which I tried with this particular image. I can also do pointing and I can do, now let me do building over here now. Yeah, so it gives the entire frame actually as mask over here for the building. I was expecting that it will do the segmentation of the building over here. Yeah, but it has done the object detection over here. What if I put power lines? Okay, so it is giving bounding box along the power lines over here. Not that accurate, I would say, but still, that's what it gives over here, right? So you can do these kind of tasks with this particular model. You can do object detection, you can do pointing, you can do caption. It can also answer your queries based on the image, right? Now let's look at another example over here. So I've actually uploaded a chest x-ray image over here, and I said like it immediately started giving like, okay, what structures are visible. These are some suggestions it gives, right? So maybe I'll try out this. Let's see what happens over here. You see the response is really fast. Okay, it says the image clearly shows the rib cage, lungs and heart in the chest area. The rib cage is prominent, excluding this thing. Okay, so it explains this x-ray image, right? What is the overall impression of the image? Let's see what it says. It's a normal chest x-ray. Okay, and it says that there are potential abnormalities, but it is not saying what it is. Okay, if we say what signs or abnormalities are present in the image. Okay, it says air trapping or hyperinflation of the lower lobes, flattened or compressed ribs. Okay, so there is some condition over here would indicate a restrictive lung condition. Yeah, actually this is kind of correct because I pulled out an abnormal image only of the chest. Okay, pneumonia or something like that. So that is what it is trying to show over here. Okay, so again a good job it is done. Then I uploaded this particular image which has various medicines over here, and then it is like, let me ask this question. How does semaglutide work? Let's see what happens over here. Okay, so here you have semaglutide. It says it's a GLP-1 receptor antagonist, and it explains that over here. Okay, You can see the OCR performance is also quite good over here. Okay. Let's look at another medicine over here and say what are emerging indications for that. Okay, the image shows emerging indications in the emerging indication section. Okay, and what is it now? Emerging indications is over here. So it says polycystic ovary disease, arthritis, cancer, and these kind of things. But actually, yeah, this is for emerging indications for, for, yeah, all of these medicines, these are emerging indications. So again, it does a very good job over here. This is a simple image which I uploaded. There is a sleep score, there is this thing. So, what physiological data is shown in the vital section. There's nothing really shown over there. Let me see if it's trying to guess. This shows heart rate and rhythm RR data, but you don't have any heart rate or rhythm RR data over here. Kind of it is doing a guesswork or hallucination over here. Okay, this graph is just saying some vitals and it is saying typical. It doesn't say what they are. Okay, so yes, there is a bit of hallucination. What visual elements are present in the sleep score graph? Let's look at that. Okay, the x-axis represents time in minutes. Okay, y-axis likely represents sleep quality metrics like duration and bedtime. Again, wrong. Basically, these are stages of sleep over here, right? So it is imagining things over here or hallucination. Okay. When I gave this newspaper and it's gave me a suggestion like what is the headline of the article, it is pulling this English part over here. Probably it doesn't work on other languages. That is what it looks like. If I say what is the kind of building shown in the image, so it is detecting this building. Let's see what it is. So it says it's a high-rise building. Okay. So it says this as a high-rise building. But it was able to pull out this ad, right? Then here is another image. So I uploaded this particular image and then I asked like what is the purpose? It gave this. What is the purpose of the infographic? It is saying these things, right? The image presents an infographic titled, this has the title and it says about potential risks and benefits. So it has actually done a good job of all these things: hypoglycemia, pancreatitis. Even though it is difficult to read for us, the model was able to do an accurate OCR on this. So it's got great OCR performance for sure. Okay. What else is there over here? Let's see. Maybe we can ask a question like decipher the bar graphs. Let's see what it does. Very fast actually. Here it says weight loss effectiveness is 95%. Exactly correct over here. The right graph illustrates low risk factors, hypoglycemia with 5%. Actually, it is 25%. Right? Pancreatitis is 5%. So below these graph, there's a how to. Okay, the left bar displays a 95% effective weight loss. The right bar low risk factors for hypoglycemia, each listed. Actually, it is 25 and 5. So there is a little bit of OCR issue over here and interpretation issue. Okay. So these were some of the use cases which I tried. So with this particular model, you can actually do object detection. Okay, some examples are shown over here where they've compared it with OpenAI GPT 4.1 as well. Runner with purple socks. So Moondream is 3 is astonishingly good at object detection. It goes beyond simple labels and can understand more complex queries. Here they've compared it with other models and that is what they've shown over here. Okay, runner with purple socks. You get the full runner over here, but the other models are not able to get it properly. That is what they're claiming over here. Quantity input like this. So here they're actually trying to identify the quantity. Input is 1 over here. So other models are failing over here. Okay. Right. Then pointing. Moondream can point at things. So it can point at bottles over here. The other models are not that great. That is what they're saying over here. These could be hand-picked samples. So unless you try it for your cases, many of these things would be hand-picked samples where this model will be performing better than other models. But it seems to be a powerful model. It has structured output support also. So you can get outputs like this. right? A JSON array, you can prompt like a JSON array with keys, dog ID, fur color, harness color for this image, and it is able to generate output like this. Moondream 3 has drastically improved its OCR capabilities. That is what they're saying over here. You can convert to markdown and things like that in prompt. So this is again comparison of benchmarks. I'll not go into this, right? They are claiming it to be better than other models, okay, or competitive with other models over here. These are bigger size, huge models, okay. This is just a 9 billion parameter mixture of experts with 2 billion active parameters. Then they talk about some model architecture and other things, so I wouldn't go into it. So you can go and try out this particular model. You can download the model on Hugging Face. The one thing which I was interested was the license. Let's look at the license file and what it is. Okay, this is a kind of, okay, now they have changed the license to Apache license version 2.0. Okay, fine. Business source license is a trade MariaDB Corporation. All copies. Okay, what does it mean? Anything express or implied without limitation warranties. Okay, permitted by this thing. You have to, okay, if you have a derived work, you have to have this license, but it can be used for commercial purposes, I believe. Okay, try to modify, copy, creative, redistribute, and make non-production use of this licensed work. Licensor may make an additional grant permitting limited production use. So I'm not sure about commercial use, how and whether you can use this model or not for commercial purposes. Somebody might have had this question over here in the community. What else? What is there over here? Any plan to release? Okay, local installation. Okay, license clarification. Somebody has actually asked over here, what does this mean? Okay, derivatives without third-party access. So models are restricted. So yes, if you want to make use of it, take legal advice. If you want to use it for commercial purposes. So this is a very interesting model, and they claim that it delivers state-of-art visual reasoning. So you test it for your use cases, and if you see the license and other things works for you, you can really use it for commercial purposes. So they have also given code over here on how you can make use of this model, so you can check that as well. So this is a short video on Moondream 3 preview, a really powerful visual language model. Hope this video is useful to you. See you in another video.